Today, UK food prices are rising at their fastest pace in 14 years, amid spiralling costs for fertiliser, animal feedstock and fuel. But with many food retailers still absorbing those cost increases, are food shopping bills set to rise even more as firms struggle to survive? And what can you do to save cash when you're shopping for food? Plus, Royal Mail workers are on strike again, with over 100,000 staff staging a 4-day walkout amid ongoing disputes over pay. We'll be hearing from the General Secretary of the Communication Workers Union. And as travel chaos rumbles on with cancelled flights and long wait times, more Brits have been holidaying at home despite sky-high petrol costs. We hear from the boss of a leading car rental platform. And each day on The Money features an in-depth Money Talks interview. Today we meet Chris Jowsey of Admiral Taverns pub chain. Running over 1,600 pubs across Britain, he'll be discussing why our beloved locals are in danger as their energy bills spiral. That's later in the show. What do you think of the issues raised in today's On The Money? How do they impact you? Email me, gbviews@gbnews.uk, or tweet @gbnews. I'll read out some of your messages later in the show, so stay with us, because this is GB News. I'm Liam Halligan, and you're on The Money. Now, the cost of living soaring, not least due to sky-high energy costs. The new Ofgem energy price cap announced last Friday means that from October, the typical household energy bill will spiral to around £3,500. That's up almost threefold in less than a year. It's not just fuel, though, because food prices are rising quickly too. And today, the extent of those rises was laid bare in an important new survey by the British Retail Consortium. During the year to July, food prices rose 8% on average. The pace of price increase then went up to 10.5% last month, according to the British Retail Consortium survey. That's the fastest increase in food prices since the financial crisis back in 2008. Now, the BRC points to the impact, of course, of the Russian invasion of Ukraine on the price of animal feed, fertiliser, wheat, vegetable oils. That's pushed up all food prices, particularly for milk, eggs, meat and margarine. The British Retail Consortium says the outlook's bleak for both consumers and retailers. But businesses, they say, will support people through discounts to vulnerable groups, expanding value ranges, fixing price of essentials and raising staff pay. Now, the reality is that even before Russia invaded Ukraine 6 months ago last week, UK inflation was already at a 30-year high. These food price rises, which also reflect the ongoing logistical chaos caused by lockdown, have been a long time coming. Now, across some sectors, it strikes me, like petrol retailing, professional services or airport parking, for instance, some businesses, are using this inflationary environment to hike prices far more than is justified to unfairly boost their profits. But it strikes me that food retailers, in contrast, they're actually absorbing a large part of the increase in their costs, not yet fully passing them on to consumers. Why? Because our food retailing sector is broadly competitive, with the big supermarkets not wanting their rivals to gain market share. If this Russia-Ukraine conflict continues, though, I'd say food retailers will eventually be forced to pass on more of their costs, and food price inflation for shoppers could easily go higher still. And that's our On The Money question today. Are food prices set to rise even more?